I'm Mrs. Brown.
And I'm Mrs. Stanz.
We're the first grade teachers here at Sheffield Area Elementary. We just wanted to go over a few things with you just to get everybody ready for the school year. And so I guess we'll start with face masks. As you know, the kids will be required to wear a face mask during the school day. Most of the day we will be having, so when they're at their desks, they will be required to wear their mask, but we will have places in the room, around the perimeter of the room, where they can go so that they can have mask breaks. I don't know, every so often they'll have a 5 or 10 minute mask break. But also, we do have these shields that all of your children are going to be getting, that staff will get if you prefer. So it just goes over your head like this.
Looking good.
That's it. So the kids will each be getting these, but they can also bring their whatever mask they would prefer to use, and then there will be the blue paper masks as well if they forget theirs or need one if theirs gets dirty or whatever. So I guess that's about. Oh, and we also were hoping that you could practice their mask before they come to school on Tuesday, just so they get a little bit of practice wearing that and are ready for when they're in school.
Sounds good. And these ones are nice just because then we can see their faces. Mrs. Brown and I will probably be wearing something like this, or something where you can at least see a little bit more of our face for introducing new sounds, and just so they know that we are smiling behind those. I'm going to talk a little bit about supplies. Now, the school district has supplied most everything that your child does need for school. I'm going to go over just a couple things. These are not required, but if you prefer to send these in, that would be helpful. Crayon boxes are one. We're not giving actual crayon boxes. We can provide baggies, Ziploc baggies, so if you don't purchase a crayon box, that's fine. Your child will have something to keep their supplies in. Scissors is another one that was not on the purchase list. I do have some extra scissors, as well as Mrs. Brown does in her classroom, so we do have some, but if you want to send in a pair of scissors for your child, that would be helpful. Some extra pencils, not a lot, just maybe 2 or 3 extra pencils to keep in your child's desk, and a small hand sanitizer. We have lots of hand sanitizer here. However, since we will be taking a lot of breaks to hand sanitize, if your child had a small one in their desk, then they could pull that out when instructed and do that quickly. Otherwise, we have to go around with one bottle to each child, which is a little more time consuming. But again, that's up to you, but it might just make the day flow a little faster and a little easier. We always need Kleenex, and I think that's all with the supplies. We don't need crayons, or what else is going to be supplied in there? Glue sticks.
Yep, glue sticks.
So we're good with that. So these are just some things, if you would like to send in, that would be helpful.
All right, the next is snack. If you could send in a daily snack for your child, that would be good. We will be having snack time in the morning where they'll go to their socially distanced area and they can take their mask off and have their snack. We're asking that you could try to send in things that aren't too messy, because that area will be around the room, sometimes on the floor, probably on the floor.
It would be on the floor.
So because we have, so we'll have snack in the morning, and you'll really want to send in a snack because we do not have lunch until 12:45 in first grade. So it's a pretty late lunch. They'll be hungry by the time lunchtime rolls around. Other than that, our schedule is pretty normal from past years. They'll have special, they'll have language arts and math and recess. Recess, we will try to be outside as much as possible. So try to make sure that they have sneakers and things that are appropriate for whatever the weather is that day. There are going to be some, I know this was on the sheet that you got in your letter from Mrs. Fortner, but there are going to be designated areas for recess, and they'll try to have the kids kind of split up, I don't know, by grade level. But yeah, they will be outside for recess as much as possible. I think that was all for, did I miss anything for snack?
I don't think so. Maybe send in a napkin too. We'll have extras, but just because they will be putting their snack probably on the floor, we're gonna want something under it. And water bottles, that's going to be a must because the drinking fountains will be covered, but we do have filling stations, so send a water bottle in with your child, and they'll get to use that throughout the day. And we will have times where we will go fill them as well. But I am going to make sure the kiddos bring the water bottles home once or twice a week to get washed.
Yep, same here. And then the last thing that we wanted to talk about was lunch. We were hoping that when you send in your child's lunch, if they're packing, you could send things that are easy enough for them to open, or if they have some difficulty, maybe practice those things, opening those things before the start of school. Of course, we're not gonna leave them high and dry if they need some help to begin, but if they could open most of their lunch on their own, or all of their lunch, that would be really helpful to us. So, and then
the only other thing, I guess, off the top of my head is I know the kiddos will be excited to wear their new clothes for school and so forth, and lots of times those are long sleeved and whatnot, so the rooms do get pretty warm around here, and especially with wearing a face mask, it's gonna even feel warmer, and we're not permitted to have fans going, so basically maybe keep an eye on the weather forecast, and if it's going to be a really warm day, try to hold your child off and wearing that new fall outfit as long as possible.
Shorts will probably be good for a while.
Yeah, or at least layers.
Yeah, and again, Mrs. Fortner was sending out a list of all of these COVID procedures that you might have questions about. We didn't cover every single thing, but you should have all those. But if you have any questions at all, feel free to contact the school, feel free to contact Mrs. Stanz or myself, and we'll be happy to try and answer your questions as best we can. So, all right.
Well, thank you, and we're excited to see you, kiddos.
Yep, excited for Tuesday. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.